Okay. Yeah, hello guys. Good evening all. So welcome back to our session. So in last class we have seen about Maven, right? Okay, fine. So in today's session we are going to start the real DevOps actually. Where's Canva? Okay, so from today onwards we are going to start a tool called Jenkins actually. So before I start Jenkins, like how many of you heard about Jenkins? Have you ever heard about Jenkins? No, till now. Okay. Okay, so none of you know about Jenkins. Fine. So online, what about you? Hmm. Heard the name only. Okay, fine. Guys, listen, from today onwards, we are going to start Jenkins. This is the most important tool of your entire DevOps. Remember, so Jenkins we can call as heart of the DevOps. Is the point clear for all of you? So whatever the work you are going to do as a DevOps engineer, at the end of the day, you need to come to Jenkins only to trigger each and every work. For deployment, we do right. So this is the central tool of DevOps what we can speak about. Fine. So the name suggests like Jenkins. It's used for continuous integration and continuous delivery or deployment. Simply what we can call as Jenkins is a CI/CD tool. What we can call it as? So CI stand for continuous integration and CD stand for continuous delivery or deployment. Basically, we have two CDs. First CD stand for continuous delivery. Second one is going to be deployment. I'll explain the difference between delivery and deployment. But first of all, I'll clear a myth for all of you. Lot of people will tell Jenkins is used for CI/CD, right? But that is completely wrong actually. Jenkins is majorly used for continuous integration purpose. First of all, what is the general point all of us are going to believe is Jenkins main purpose is for CI/CD, right? But if we speak in real, Jenkins is not supposed to do CI/CD entirely. The main essence and the main thing that Jenkins can capable of doing is continuous integration. What we can do with it? Acha, tell me. So what is the meaning of continuous integration? Forgot about technical word. Come to general word, first of all. What is the meaning of integration? Already we prepared integration on our plus 2 and BTech also, right? So what is the meaning of integration? Correct only you are saying. Just tell it loudly. Oh, you said this, sorry. So integration means simply adding. What we can call as? Continuous integration means continuously adding, sir. Continuous integration means what? But what you are continuously adding? Code. What I'm continuously adding here? For example, in day 1, I write one code, sir. Day 2 also I write some code or not, sir? Day 3, day 4, vice versa is going to continue, right? So if I add old code with the new code, then that is what I can call as continuous integration. Simply in one word, Jenkins is a continuous integration server. Continuous integration means continuously adding of old code with the new code. Is the point number 1 clear for all of you? Tell me what is continuous integration? Continuously adding old code with. Sir, if you do adding the old code with new code, that doesn't really mean continuous integration again. Continuous integration formula is nothing but continuous build plus continuously test. That means if you see in the slide here, continuous integration is the combination of continuous build plus continuous. Simply in day 1, I have 100 lines of code, sir. How many lines of code? If I continuously build it and if I continuously test it, that is what I can call as continuous integration. Again in day 2, 100 lines is going to become. That means again I need to add old code with new code. I need to build it. I need to. Again day 3, my number of lines is going to become 300. How many? That means again old code with new code I'm adding. And I'm gonna build it and I'm gonna. This is what we can call as continuous integration. So again, I'm telling Jenkins is it for continuous integration. Point number 1. Okay. What is the meaning of continuous integration? Adding old code with, along with adding old code with new code, you are going to build that code and you are going to, this is the entire meaning of continuous integration. So the first question from the Jenkins point of view is, what is the meaning of CI? CI stand for, so continuous integration meaning is continuous build plus continuous, what you are building and testing continuously old code with, is a point number 1 clear for all of you? Okay, fine. So let me open the notes for all of you. Fine. And I'm already having the existing notes, so I'm not going to write the notes one more time for you. Why? Because it can save a lot of time for us. So where it is? Yeah, here. So as per I said, Jenkins is a CI/CD tool, but mainly we use it for CI server, like CI only. CI full form is continuous integration, means continuous build plus continuous, what you are continuously building and testing old code with new code. For example, in day 1, I write 100 lines of code. Again, in day 2, I write total how many lines of code here? If I build and test these 200 lines of code, that is what I can call as continuous. So again, in day 3, if I add 100 lines, okay, again here in day 3, if I add again 100 lines, again totally how many lines of going to happen here, sir? Total I have 300 lines. So this 300 lines I'm gonna build and I'm gonna test. Clear now? Okay. So now going to the analysis point of view. I'm talking about analysis, not subject now. Sir, before continuous integration, what happened? I'll tell the scenario, like how the continuous integration came into the picture. Okay. So if you go and see, and one more thing, guys, like to add the PDFs, actually my Google Story is out of stock. Okay. I'm trying to create one more email. Okay. From that email, I'll try to give PDFs for you. Don't worry about the PDFs. So if you go and see, before continuous integration, sir, how many developers are there here? 4 developers. Let's understand the scenario. For example, developer pushed his source code in the day 1. Which day? Developer to push the source code on day 2. Developer 3 give the source code on day 3 and developer 4 give the source code on. That means if I want to create the application, all the developer code I need to add. With the help of single developer code, can I able to do anything? Is it even possible with single developer code? Nothing would be possible. So for that purpose, from the GitHub, we take the code and we started integrating. What is the meaning of integrating? Adding each and every developer code. That is what we can call as integration. Fine. Integration done on day 5, sir. Which day? So from the day 5, tester has taken the code on day 6. Which day? He tested the whole code. Developer 1, 2, 3, 4 given the code, right? We integrate the code on day 5 and tester tested the code on day 6 here. Acha, fine. Everything goes smoothly. But in day 7, he find a bug on the code. And the bug is from the developer 1 side. Developer 2, developer 3, developer code is working fine only. But bug is finding from which developer? Sir, tell me one thing. Developer gave code on which day, sir? Day 1. But tester find the code like bug on which day? How many days are difference here? That means these 6 days are complete time waste or not, sir? If developer give the code on day 1, tester might find the bug on day 1 only. But developer give the source code on day 1. But when is tester finding the bug? In day 7. That means all these 6 days, developer is not working on anything. He is wasting his lot of time or not, sir? But if developer give the code on day 1, if tester done the testing on day 1 itself, if he find the bug within day 2, he might give the new code. That means if you observe the process of before continuous integration, the first major disadvantage of entire thing is going to be time wastage. What is the first major disadvantage here? Time waste. Okay, sir, you said the first major disadvantage is going to be time waste. Fine. Then what is the second major disadvantage is here everything is manual. You are pushing the source code from Git to GitHub. Okay. From GitHub, you are taking the code manually, integrating the code manually. From there, testing is going to done by other person. Again, everything is going to be manual work here. Which work? Sir, if it is manual work, automatically mistakes might happen or not, sir? First one, what is the major disadvantage here? Time waste. Second one, everything is manual. When the manual process are going to happen, definitely you are going to face the issues. Like simply what we can call as mistakes actually. Then here are we seeing disadvantages on before continuous integration or not, sir? Yes or no? Yes, for that purpose, continuous integration comes into the picture. Again, same example, but the only thing difference is here we have a server. What we have? This server, what it will do, you know. For example, if developer gives source code on day one, this continuous integration server will do build and testing on day one. Okay, build and testing on day one only. If everything is fine, his code is correct. But if something is mistake on his code, within 20 minutes only he will get the response. Your code is wrong. How many minutes? Their work is going to happen on days, but here work is happening on minutes. Again, if developer gives the source code on day 2, it will build and test the source code within the same day and give the result within 10 to 20 minutes only. That means their time is wasted. But here is my time wasting, sir? No. And their building, integration and testing is manual process. But here building and testing is going to done by server. That means automation or not, sir? There you integrate the code one place. You build the code one place and you are testing the code on one place. Just like our AP capital. 3 capitals we have, right? Build you are going to do, test you are going to do, and integration you are also going to do. 3 different areas. But after continuous integration, everything you are doing from single place or not, sir? That means here we have only single capital like Telangana. How many are from AP here? Even I too. Yeah, same too. Same. But recently High Court gave the judgment, right? So it is going to be Amravati. Like actually I am from Amravati background. Anyone from Guntur or Amravati? Where you are from? Tenala. No, man pakkane. Me tenale, ma tenale. Fine. So this is what is going to happen, sir. So when you compare this before continuous integration and after continuous integration, so here you came to know that before continuous integration, manual work is there and time is going to be. But after continuous integration, every work is going to be automated and time is going to be. So this is what exactly you need to understand about the continuous integration. Again, the whole process I'll explain one more time for you. So listen it very carefully. Why? Because this process you are going to explain to the interviewer. Why? Because it's damn sure questions, sir. No doubt. Okay. Again, first of all, what is the meaning of Jenkins? It's a CI/CD tool. CI stands for continuous. Continuous integration means continuous build plus continuous what you are continuously building and testing. Old code with new code. So like how it is going to work means in day 1 you have 100 lines of code. In day 2 you have 100 lines of code. You are going to have 200 lines of code. If you build and test with old code and new code, that is what you can call as continuous integration. Before continuous integration, what happened? Manual work and time waste. But after continuous integration, every work is and time is going to be saved. So before I go for the CD, first of all, is CA part clear for all of you? Have you taken your lunch, all of you? You are young only, right? Then why you are murmuring like old man? Just whenever I ask question, I just try to give reply from like with some lot of energy. Why? Because if you are more energetic, right, I'll become more energetic. If I become more energetic, what I'll do? I'll teach best subject. Correct or not, sir? You want best subject or not? Then if you want best subject, what you want to do? What you want to do? Shout not. Give response a bit energetic, okay? From online, I can't get anyway, okay? So remember, if you want to learn more subject, guys, I am here to teach the complete subject. Even I can teach the concept, I can teach the subject. Which one you want? Concept or subject? Subject, right? Subject or concept? Both. Hey, concept means I'll tell only little part. Subject means you'll get lot of thing, right? See, for concepts, you need not to come to here, sir. You can go to lot of YouTube channels. No need to come here. Here you are for subject. And here I'm standing only to teach subject for you. If you want to learn subject, try to be interactive. Okay. So now tell me, is the continuous integration clear for all of you? Again, no. Yes. Fine. Okay. So let's go for the part 2 here. So in the part 2, as per you said, it's a CA/CD tool. Okay. So here CD stand for two abbreviations. First of all, continuous delivery. Second one is going to be continuous. Let's understand what is the meaning of continuous delivery and what is the meaning of continuous deployment. But sir, before I proceed for the continuous delivery and deployment, you need to understand about the environments in real time. Is anyone working here on real time? Okay, so like your designation, please. Okay, support engineer, right? So a question for you, like just to know, how many environments you worked on real time? Like what kind of environments you worked on? Sorry? Okay, what are those? And last one? Okay, disaster. Okay, fine. So remember, if you go to real time, there will be majorly two kind of environments. Forgot about the five. I'll make it very clear. How many kind of environments you are going to work on? Two kind of environments. Kind number one is going to be pre-prod environment. What we can call it as? You can call it as pre-prod environment or you can call it as non-prod environment. Okay. Second environment is going to be your production environment or live environment. Okay, I am giving multiple names for the environments. Environment number one is going to be pre-prod or non-prod. Environment number two is going to be prod environment and live environment. So remember, this is going to be very, very important. Sir, initially, what we are going to do is, here if you go and see, developing environment is there, sir. Your environment, your first environment is going to start from developing environment. Second environment is going to be testing. That is what we can call as QA environment. Third environment is going to be UAT. And fourth one is going to be prod. I'll tell about each and environment individual for all of you. So try to listen here carefully. Sir, developers will give the code, sir. That code can create application or not, sir? Is the point clear? Developer will write the code. That code can able to run the application. Without code, can we able to run application? No. So the first point you need to understand is if I want application, I need to have the code. So what this developer do, you know? These developers write the code and initially they will test on their local. Local means on their local laptop. Simply what we can do is we can create a server for them in their system. We can create a VM or we can create a server and these developers use that application on their local laptop. If the application is working on developing environment, then these developers will send the application to testing team. That is QA team. Which team? Now QA environment, like in a QA environment, your testers are going to use the same code which is given by the developer, sir. Once if the testers are satisfied with the developer code, if they perform all the test cases, then they are going to move the code to UAT environment. Which environment? So first of all, developer write the code and they will check the code on the developing environment. Next, the code from developing environment is going to move to QA environment. In QA environment, who is going to work with the code? If testers are satisfied with QA environment, then they are going to move the code to UAT environment. UAT means user acceptance testing. What is the meaning of UAT? Some people might call it as UAT or some people might call it as UAT. Okay, the basic thing we need to call as UAT only, but some people might call it as UAT also. Okay, so in UAT environment, your clients are going to use the application, sir. Your client, if your client is finally satisfied with your application, then finally we are going to move the application to production environment. Which environment? In production environment, who is going to use the application? Simply, currently are using WhatsApp, all of you. So if you are using WhatsApp application, means that application is on production environment. Are you using BookMyShow application and Paytm applications? That means where the application is. Remember, if we are using any application, means that application is currently on your production environment. Which environment? So this is the way to understand environment. Remember, at the end of the day, as a DevOps engineer, you need to understand the environment first. You need to understand the environment and in that environment, who is going to use the code. Okay, why? Because we are going to deploy the application on each and every environment, sir. Point clear for all of you? Again, one more time. So how many type of environments we are going to have? Four, no. Two types only we need to set. First of all, pre-prod environment, or second one, prod environment or live environment. In pre-prod environment or non-prod environment, first of all, the environment is going to be dev. In dev environment, who is going to use the code? Developers. If those developers are satisfied with the code, they are going to move it to which environment? QA. In QA environment, who is going to use the code? If the testers are satisfied by testing all the test cases of the application, they are going to send it to UAT. Like there means basically developers, not testers, not DevOps people will move the code actually. Okay. So we are going to send the code to UAT environment. Which environment? In UAT environment, who is going to use the application, sir? All the above three environments are called as pre-prod environment or non-prod. That means in these three environments, user cannot able to use the application. Remember, in the above three environments, can user able to use the application? If user want to use the application, that application need to be in production environment. Which environment? So in production environment, user is going to use the application, and production environment is also called as live environment. Which environment, sir? So is the environment concept clear for all of you? Everyone? Is it clear or not? Fine. Okay, sir, like you said that environments we are having, but here our main concept is continuous delivery, right? What is our main concept? And continuous deployment. But why you are teaching about environment means if you want to understand the continuous delivery and deployment, first of all, you need to know about the environments. Without understanding the environments, you will not know about the continuous delivery and continuous deployment. Okay. So now environment concepts are clear. So my question is, you know the environment, right? And you know the work of DevOps engineer. What is the work of DevOps engineer? Deploying the application. For example, if we deploy the application to production environment in manual method, that is what I can call as continuous delivery. If I deploy the application to production in manual method, that is what I can call as continuous. Exactly quite opposite is going to be continuous deployment. If I deploy the application to production in automation method, that is what I can call as continuous. This is the difference, sir. Nothing more than this. Okay, if you see, continuous delivery means deploying the application to production manually. That is continuous delivery. And deployment means deploying the application to production automatically. Is the point clear? And at the end of the day, in each environment, we are going to deploy the code, sir. In developing environment, DevOps will deploy the code. In QA environment, DevOps will deploy the code. And UAT environments, DevOps people will deploy the code. And finally, in production also, DevOps people is going to deploy the code. It doesn't matter. Deployment means DevOps. DevOps means deployment. If there is no DevOps engineer, your application will not reach to production environment. If your application is not reaching to production environment, can user able to use the application, sir? If user is not able to use the application, then what is the purpose of creating application? Is the point clear for all of you? Just understand the importance of DevOps. Okay. If DevOps is not there, we cannot do the CD process. Delivery or deployment, we cannot do. If we cannot do the delivery or deployment process, can we move the code to production environment? If we can't move to production, can user able to use the application? Then what's the point of creating application? Without a DevOps engineer, application won't come to market. Let's take any kind of application. It doesn't matter what kind of application is. Behind every application, there will be a DevOps team. If there is no DevOps team, your applications will not work on the servers. Now you got the clarity of importance of DevOps actually. Tell me, what do you understand by DevOps now? No, I'm asking about like what is the importance of DevOps? Already I said in the day one also. But again, today also I said the same thing. What is the importance of DevOps? Automation. Okay. An automation of what? Automating the deployment process. Simply. What it is? Automating the DevOps main responsibility is to deploy the application, sir. But how you are how you are deploying the application, manual or automationally? So for automating the deployment process, we are created in the real time. Clear for all of you? Fine. Okay, sir. You said about CI. What is CI, sir? Continuous integration meaning is continuous build plus continuous. What you are building and testing continuously? Old code with second one CD. CD stand for continuous delivery or continuous delivery means like what manually? Deploying the application to production. Mention this one. Deploying the application to manually. Okay. And continuous deployment means deploying the application to production. That is what we can call as CD. So now is CI/CD clear for all of you? Online, what about you? Can you please confirm, is the CI/CD clear for all of you? Okay, fine. Thank you guys. Thanks for your response. Fine, sir. Now here my question is, sir, if you want to do the continuous integration or if you want to do the continuous delivery deployment, you need to understand about pipeline. What we need to understand about? Now, if you see, this pipeline is going to be on this format. Are you seeing the pipeline? Can anyone tell me what is the meaning of pipeline? Like how you can define a pipeline? If someone asks you an interview, or if someone asks you in general, how can you define the meaning of pipeline? Step by step process. Can you explain a bit more? There you can have the diagram also. By seeing the reference of the diagram, you can able to explain easily. I think so. Okay. Integrating. Okay, then. Still deploy the application. Okay. 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 Like I'll explain in general term. First of all, forgot about the technical example. Generally, let's take a real example. Okay. You have a goal, sir. What is the goal? You want to attend to the class now. For example, let's consider you want to attend to the class. That is your goal. So before coming to here, first of all, have you done your lunch or not, sir? So before doing the lunch, have you done your breakfast? Before doing the breakfast, have you taken bath or not, sir? Before taking the bath, first of all, have you woke up or not, sir? So step by step, right? First of all, you woke up, then you take your brush, then bath, then after that breakfast, and again lunch. Then finally you came to class. Step by step sequential process. Step by step. That means the pipeline will follow the same thing. Pipeline is nothing but step by step executing of a particular process. In simple words, what is the meaning of pipeline? Step by step executing of a particular process. But what is our process here? Deployment is our process. Our target is to deploy. If I make the deployment in step by step in a sequential manner, that is what I can call as pipeline. What I can call it as? Sir, no need to go for any technical example. First of all, just sync the technical example with general life. Then later we can convert. In interview also, if somebody asks you, give the same example. Why? Because Google definition anyone can by heart. I can open Google and I can show you the definition and I can paste it on your notes. But that doesn't really going to help you. Okay. I'll show you one practical example for you. What is the meaning of continuous integration? I said. If I ask the same example for Google, just try to read like what is going to tell for you. Like let's take this example. Let's read this one. Read that entire sentence and tell me like what you understand by that. Is it done? I'll tell you one more example. Let's take the Jenkins official documentation example. Okay. What is CI in Jenkins? Let's go for Jenkins official documentation only. So here, if you see, it is a Jenkins official documentation. Now try to read this one. This continuous integration. Or like, wait, not this one. I'll show you. Jenkins official documentation. So if you go and see using Jenkins pipeline, just try to read this pipeline example. What is the meaning of pipeline and how you are going to work with it? So here is the pipeline example. Let's try to read this one. This is. So after you reading that one, I think you might felt bored after reading 2 lines, right? First of all, is it making any sense for you? Like after reading that one? Same example, whatever I said for you, same meaning. But again, the same meaning is given by official documentation. Which one is easy to understand? My notes or the definitions? So remember, if you by heart this definition, first thing is you cannot able to remember. If you cannot able to remember, how can you deliver in interviews? No, right? So whenever you are facing the interview, what are the examples and what are the definitions you are saying, you need to convey them in a practical way. Okay. If you just by heart the Google definition, nobody is going to really care. That is the reason why I never use official documentation. And what are the notes I'm using, right? It is completely notes written by me only. Of course, for my previous class, I wrote the notes and same notes I'm using for you only. So the first thing I want to convey for all of you is these notes is enough to prepare for interview. Okay, don't go for any official documentation reference. Why? Because if you go for official documentation reference, you cannot understand anything. I'm not demotivating you. I'm just showing the practical thing. First of all, I said for you. Second thing, have I proved for you or not, sir? So the only thing you need to follow till the end of the course is these notes. It's maximum enough. Okay, now let's come to the pipeline here. So if I example this for the daily life activity, first of all, you will wake up. After that, you will complete your daily routines. Then you will take your lunch. You start from PG and finally arrive to the class. This is step-by-step process or not, sir? That means if you miss one step, can you able to do next step here? For example, if I don't start from my PG, how can I come to class, sir? No, right? If I don't take lunch, how can I start from PG? If I don't complete my daily routines, how can I come to lunch, sir? If I don't wake up, how can I do my daily routine, sir? That means it is step-by-step process of execution. First thing. Second thing is series of events interlinked with each other. Of course, you can use this as the definition of pipeline. Series of events. Series means step-by-step or sequentially. Events interlinked with each other. Taking your lunch is depending upon your daily routine or not, sir. Without completing daily routine, can you take your lunch? That means without completing bath and without completing brush, can we take it, sir? Interlinking or not? Like that. So, but when we compare this with technical aspect, so how we are going to explain the process of pipeline means, first of all, you are going to take the code. If you take the code, then only you can compile it or not, sir. If we compile the code, then only can we go for testing or not, sir. If you test the code, finally we are going to deploy the artifact. And whenever you generate the artifact, finally you want to deploy the artifact into server. This is the pipeline process. in simple words. It is a pipeline process in simple words. Now again, see, whatever the pipeline I explained for you, already you know how to take the code, how to compile the code, how to test the code, how to generate the artifact. But what is the new thing here you are seeing? For deploying, we are using Jenkins now. Already the above 4 steps you can do with the help of Git and Maven. But what is the new step here? For this deployment, you are going to use Jenkins, sir. Jenkins can able to deploy the applications. Is the process clear for all of you? So this is what we discussed about till now. So till now we discussed about continuous integration, continuous delivery, and continuous. If I want to do continuous integration, delivery, or deployment, I need to have the pipeline. What is the pipeline now? Step-by-step execution of a process or series of events interlinked with. In real time, how your pipeline is going to look for? In pipeline, first of all, you will take the code, you compile, you test, you generate artifact, and finally you deploy the. If the entire process is automated, that is what we can call a CI/CD pipeline. Whatever the step I mentioned above, right? If the process is automated with a single click, that is what we can call a CI/CD pipeline. What we can call it as, sir? Okay, fine. Sir, if I want to do CI/CD, I need to have pipeline. But if I want to create a pipeline, what I need to have? Now I want Jenkins. What I want now? Till now we haven't spoke about Jenkins, sir. Till now we spoke about what Jenkins can do. Jenkins can create pipeline. That pipeline can create CI/CD. Now let's come into the topic of Jenkins. So Jenkins is a free and open source tool. That means, you know, free means no need to pay money, and open source is going to be publicly available code. And Jenkins written on which programming language? Java 11, and it is platform independent. What is the meaning of platform independent? You know, you can work with on any kind of operating system. In Windows you can use, Linux you can use, and Mac OS also we can use. Jenkins will consist of plugins, sir. Already you know the meaning of plugin. I said in last class. What is the meaning of plugin? It's a small software which automates our work. That means instead of using tools, we can use the plugin. Here we have community support. Community support means for Jenkins, some people will work freely without taking money. For example, if I love Jenkins or if I like Jenkins tool, I can work for Jenkins without taking money. That is what we can call as community support. It can automate the entire SDLC. That means from taking the code to deploying the application and monitoring the application, it can automate the entire thing. And even in our course also, we are going to see entire automation with the help of Jenkins. Initially, it was owned by Sun Microsystem. You know Sun Microsystem? What is Sun Microsystem? It's an organization which developed the Java software, right? Java programming language. So the same Sun Microsystem developed the Jenkins. Okay. So initially, the Jenkins name was going to be Hudson. Initially, Jenkins is not called as Jenkins. We call them as Hudson. But Hudson is going to be a paid version. That means if I want to use the Hudson, I need to pay the money. Later, Oracle bought the Hudson and make it free and open source. Initially, Sun Microsystem create Jenkins, but the name of the Jenkins initially is Hudson. Hudson is free or paid. Then later, Oracle bought the Hudson from Oracle bought the Hudson from Sun Microsystem and renamed it to Jenkins and make it publicly free for all of us. So Hudson was renamed as Jenkins. Already we know. And you know the inventor of Jenkins actually? I'll show the picture of him. Let me open this one. If you go and see where this man? Seeing this one? So basically, he is the inventor of Jenkins. Anybody knows about his name? Name is going to be a bit tricky to spell actually, but I'll give a chance for you. Try to spell this one. Seems interesting, right? What is the name of that one? So the name is going to be Kosuke Kawaguchi. That is the name of the man who invented the Jenkins. Sir, Git and Linux given by Linus Torvalds, sir. Very easy to spell and very easy to remember. Maven given by Apache. Very easy to remember. Why? Because we have an Apache bike. But how can we remember this one? Can you able to remember his name? First of all, no need to remember. Why? Because nobody is going to ask the tool inventor name. So if you go to 100 interviews, in the 100 interviews, nobody is going to ask you who developed this tool. What is the name of the inventor? Nobody will ask. Okay. Fine. And for Jenkins, we have the port number. That port number is going to be 80. So two major factors of Jenkins. First of all, Jenkins support Java 11. Second one, Jenkins is going to have the port number of 80. Are those two things clear for all of you guys? That's it. So again, I'll read this one for you. Just give me 1 minute. So I'll cover this on 1 minute. First of all, Jenkins is free and open source tool. So it is written on Java 11 programming language. It's a platform independent tool. It consists of lot of plugins and we have the community support for it. So we can automate the entire HDLC with the help of Jenkins. Initially, it was owned by the Sun Microsystem as the name of, but Hudson is a paid version. Later, Oracle bought the Hudson and make it, and they renamed the Hudson as, who was, like, how was Jenkins invented? But like what is the name of the inventor of Jenkins actually? Kosuke Kawaguchi. And what is the port number? And what is the Java version required for Jenkins? But for Maven, which version of Java required? Java 1.8.0. So remember, there are some common factors of Jenkins and Java. Both are free and open source. I'll write it this one. Just give me a second. I'll tell you about the common factors with the text. Both tools are going to be free and open source, sir. Okay, both written on Java programming only. But Maven is 1.8.0 and this is Java. And both came from the year 2004 only. Okay. So these are the some of the common factor of both Jenkins and Maven. Fine. So now, till now we have seen the practical part. So now I'm going to show you the setup of Jenkins. So remember, in our course, entire tools we are going to set up with the automation, not manually. I have written all the scripts for each and every tool. It doesn't matter how many tools we are going to learn. For each and every tool, I written one script, sir. If we run that script, every tool is going to set up within few minutes actually. It will take only 1 or 2 minutes max. Okay. But the main part about learning automation is, first of all, if you want to go to automation, you need to know about the manual process. Without knowing manual, can you go for automation? Of course you can go, but that doesn't help you. It's not the correct way. In our course, as per my promise in the demos, every tool we are going to set up in automated way. But before going to automation, first of all, you need to know the manual setup. Then only you can go for automation. Is it clear for all of you? So for setup, here I'm going to create a EC2 instance. So I'm creating an EC2 instance, create an EC2 and include all traffic in security group. You know how to give all traffic, right? My first question is why to give all traffic? Why? Because Jenkins port number is, so basically port range is from 0 to 65,000. In 0 to 65,000, 8080 is in middle of the range or not, sir? So better to give all traffic. So now we are going to do the practical part of Jenkins and everything. So before I go for the practical part, is the theoretical concept clear for all of you till now? What is CI? What is CD? And what is pipeline? And what is Jenkins? Are these 4 questions clear for all of you? Online, what about you? Can you please confirm, are these 4 topics clear for all of you? The chat box. If it is clear, we can see the practical part of implementation. Okay. Yeah, seems everyone is clear with it. Fine. Thank you, guys. Fine. Class when ends, sir? If you want me to end the class, Varsha, I can end the class, Varsha. Huh? And again, I can restart without you. That's some separate matter. Fine. So, first of all, let's create an EC2 instance. So you already know how to create an EC2 instance, right? Fine. And one more thing, like there is an important announcement for all of you. I'll tell after creating the EC2 instance. Just give me a second. So here I am selecting all traffic. Already I have all traffic on Raham security group. I am creating this one. Okay. So now I'll tell you something for all of you. So listen carefully. How many of your freshers here? Just raise your hands once. Okay, a lot of people are fresher. Okay, fine. So one announcement for all of you. The first thing is, so you know already we are going to conduct the placement also, right? I'll tell you the process. If you want to attend placement from Naresh IT, first of all, you are going to write one exam. That is going to conduct by us. We will conduct an exam for all of you. That is offline test only, not online. If you perform very well on that offline test, okay, so we are going to groom you again. That means we are going to take some separate care for you and we will give some separate topics for you. If you prepare those topics, you are directly eligible for interviews. That's for damn sure. Okay. So the only thing I want to convey you is, instead of spending separate time for practice after the written test, start from now. If you practice it from now onwards, your concepts are going to be very clear and you can clear the assignment on the very first attempt actually. And there will be no second chance, only one chance per each student. Once you qualified for the test, we are going to conduct free placement without taking any single penny from you. So remember, your job is on your hands only. It depends upon the individual how you are going to utilize this opportunity. Naresh IT, as well as our mentors, as well as me, we are going to give complete support for all of you. Okay, what are the subject I'm going to teach you? If you have some doubts, we are here to solve your queries. But the only thing we as a management as well as faculty I'm expecting is dedication. If you are dedicated well, if you come to lab daily, if you practice daily everything, so it's going to be job guarantee for all of you. It's a point here for all of you. And with this course, a lot of people have gone with experience also. But for freshers, it is going to be more than what you required. If you learn the complete subject, whatever I'm delivering for you, no company is going to say no for you. That much of in-depth we are going to learn. Clear? So from tomorrow onwards, come to lab. Actually, I'm seeing like a lot of people are coming to the lab, but the people who are not coming to the lab, so start coming to lab from tomorrow onwards. Okay? Why? Because your DevOps start from today only. Forgot Git and Maven. Those are like waste tools, if you ask me, in point of DevOps. So this is the major tool you need to keep focus on. Fine. Is my Jenkins running for all of you now? Just connect to the EC2 instance here. I mean, like your mobile stuff. So in the setup, sir, if I want to get the code, which tool I want to install? Git for the code. If I want to build and test, which tool I want to install? Maven. Along with Maven, which version of Java I want to install? Java 11 or like 1.8 for Maven? 1.8. So first of all, try to install that one. Tell me the command to install Git, Java 1.8.0 as well as Maven. Yum install Git. After that, Maven. First of all, you need to install Maven or Java. First install Java, then go for Maven. If you do vice versa, Maven will not work properly. So remember this note point. First of all, Java 1.8.0, then only if you crisscross each and everything, your Maven will not work, sir. I'll show that practically also, don't worry. So first of all, log in as root user here, sudo -i. Tell me the command then. Yum install git java 1.8.0 open jdk and give Maven. It is the step number 1, sir. So now with the help of Git, you can take the code. With the help of Maven, you can build the code and you can test the code. And you can create artifact also now, sir. How many kind of artifacts we have? Three. What are those? Jar, var, year. In real time, which file we are going to deploy? Which artifact? Var file. Var file consists which codes? Front end plus back end. And jar file consists which code? Only back end. Clear the screen. Fine. So in the step number 1, I have installed Git, Java 1.8.0 and Maven. Is step number 1 clear for all of you? Already we seen in last class. Now in step number 2, sir, if I want to download Jenkins, first of all, I want to download the Jenkins repository. What I want to download? If you want to download Jenkins repository, you need to go to the official documentation of Jenkins. So first of all, go to here in the browser, type jenkins.io. Type jenkins.io. Yeah, for freshers only, Venkatesh. So in the download, click on it. And are you seeing stable version? So in the stable, which version of Linux we are using? Red Hat flavor, right? Click on Red Hat. Are you seeing these two commands? Copy paste the both commands. First command is going to be repository of Jenkins. Second command is the key for that repository. Again, one more time. First of all, click on jenkins.io. In jenkins.io, you want to go for download. So in the stable, below select the Red Hat and copy this both commands and just paste it on your server. Done, sir? After that, if you go to here, I have given the step also. First of all, go to jenkins.io, click on download, select the commands here already given. Now in step number 3, you have the Jenkins repository. Now you can download Jenkins. But what is the dependency for Jenkins Java? So first to download the Java 11. Dependency we need to download first. Okay. So what is the comments are here? Yum install will not work. So here we need to give Amazon Linux extras install Java -OpenJDK 11. If you practice 1 or 2 times, these commands are going to be very easy for you. So don't worry about the commands. That is a command which is going to install Java. Wait. OpenJDK. Open spelling is wrong. OPEN. See, downloading Java 11 now. Now dependency of Jenkins is Java 11. We download that Java 11. Now what I want to download now? Jenkins. Directly I can use yum install Jenkins -y. So give the command yum install Jenkins -y. Jenkins downloading or not, sir? It is going to be a step number 3. Step number 1, you download Git. Tell me, Git Java 1.8 and you download the. In step number 2, what you have done, we get the repository. How we got the repository? Go to jenkins.io, download, copy paste the repository and its key. Step number 3, downloading Java 11 and command to download Java 11 is Amazon Linux extras install Java 11 -OpenJDK 11-y and install Jenkins. Install Jenkins -y. Now here main thing is going to comes to the picture here. Sir, if I want to run Jenkins, which version of Java I want? Java 11. That means my server need to run with Java 11 now. Check the command Java -version. Which version of Java is running here? But my server required which version of Java? Both versions I have my server or not, sir? My server is having Java 1.8.0. That for Maven. And my server is having Java 11. That is for now currently 1.8.0 is working. So Jenkins will not work now. For that purpose, we need to switch the Java. Sorry. For that purpose, we need to switch the Java version. Which version? How to switch the Java version means there is a command actually. Update -alternatives -config Java. Update the alternatives. Which alternatives you want to update? Java alternatives. How many Java alternatives I have now? 2. Hit enter. 1.8.0 is for number 1. Currently, I'm on like 1.8.0. How can you tell me, sir, you think star symbol here? Which version is having star symbol? That is the current version. Now I want to switch to which version? Java 11. That means which key I want to give here? Hit 2. Now automatically Java version is going to change. Are you seeing 11 here? Is the point clear for all of you? So just for Java 11, we use that command. Why we need Java 11? To use Jenkins. Without Java 11, Jenkins will not work. Of course, Java 1.8.0 also there. But why we are using 1.8.0? That is for Maven. Now, final step. Basically, Jenkins is a service. What is Jenkins? Remember, whenever you download a service, you need to start that service. Okay. Restarting the Jenkins. Whenever we download any service, it will be on stopped state when download. So we need to start that service. Command is systemctl start command. Which command? Systemctl start Jenkins. You can use Jenkins or you can use Jenkins dot service. Anything is fine. It will take few seconds to start. Starting the Jenkins service or not, sir? Is it done, sir, now? So now give the up arrow. Instead of start, put the status command. Which command? This will show whether your Jenkins is properly working or not. Currently, are you seeing it's active and running? Here we are running Jenkins service. What is the meaning of Jenkins service? It's a continuous integration. So now your Jenkins is completely set up, sir. Now the only thing you are going to do is you are going to connect your Jenkins server from the dashboard. How to connect means copy the public IP address. What's the port number of Jenkins? Are you connecting now? So now it is going to ask one password. Okay. So copy this path. In this path, you can have the password, sir. Just copy this one and give the command cat. Inside var lib Jenkins secret folder, there is a file called initial admin password. Hit enter. Are you seeing the password here? Give it here. Don't, sir. So click on install suggested plugins. Now here we want some default plugins. Is your plugins installing now? And again, every process here I have given. How to connect means, first of all, copy the public IP address and give the port number 8080 on. Here the reason why I mentioned browser means for my initial batch, here I give the public IP 8080. But those guys pasted public IP and 8080 on the server. Where they pasted, sir? Here they pasted. Okay. They gave public IP like this 192 dot, like 50 dot, 60 dot, 70 dot, and give 8080. They are telling, sir, it is not working, sir. In class, it is working for you fine, but in practice, it is not working. Where I asked you to paste that one, but where these guys are pasting, I hope you don't repeat this mistake. That is the reason I mentioned browser here. Okay. So go to this one and give 8080 in the browser. Now run this command on server. Here also I'm writing this command to run on server and enter the password in the browser. Click on install plugins. And here we are going to give the user details. What we are going to give? That means username and password to log into Jenkins server. So here I'm giving username as Raham, password also Raham, and confirm password also Raham. Full name also Raham and email also raham@gmail.com. No need to give original emails and original password. You can give whatever you want. Click on save and continue. Click on save and finish. Now click on start using Jenkins. Clear for all of you? This is the method we need to follow to set up the Jenkins. Again, entire method I'll tell one more for all of you. See now, first of all, we create the server. In the server, what we install? Git for source code. Java 1.8.0 is for dependency of Maven and Maven is for build and create the artifact. Now we need to get the repository. Where you are getting the repository? Jenkins.io, download, Red Hat. Copy this both. Now I want to download Java 11 and Jenkins. Amazon and its extras, install Java, OpenJDK 11 to download Jenkins. Sorry, to Java 11. And for Jenkins, install Jenkins-y. Now eventually Java version will be 1.8.0. But if I want to run Jenkins, which version of Java I need to run? 11. For that purpose, which command I wrote here? Update alternatives -config Java. Now Jenkins is a service. Whenever you download any service, by default it is going to be in which state? So we need to start by using systemctl start jenkins.service command and check the. It is a setup point of view. Now if you want to communicate with that one, so copy the public IP address and paste with 8080. Here colon is very important. Remember, some people in practice will give semicolon. Some people will give slash, but that doesn't work. You need to give only colon. So this need to be given on browser. And after that, this command need to run on server. You will get the password. Paste the password on browser. Install plugins. Give details and start the Jenkins server. Is the complete process clear for all of you now? Everyone? Fine. So now here our main work is going to start, sir. What is your main work in Jenkins? We are going to create the pipeline and that pipeline is going to do the CI/CD, right? So here I'm going to tell how this is going to work. In Jenkins, if we want to create a work, first of all, you need to create a job actually. What we need to create? Job is nothing but a basic work to do. If we want to do any kind of work, we need to give the job here. Click on new item. Job name is here continuous integration I'm writing. Simply CI I'm giving. Click on freestyle. Click on. Again, notes here you have. Click on new item. Job name. Anything you can give. Freestyle and click on. Now you are going to select the source code management. Already I said, if you see this process, first of all, we are going to get the, by using which tool here? Git. And at the end of the day, your source code is going to get to GitHub only, right? From GitHub, get the source code first of all. Okay, go to your GitHub. In GitHub, in DevOps Beraham, there is Jenkins Java project. Already we use the same URL in last Maven class. Have you taken this one, all of you? In the notes. Copy this. And paste on the source code management Git here. Just paste it is. That repo is public or private, sir? Public. So no need of giving credentials. If it is private, give credentials. In this repository, source code is on which branch? Are you seeing master here? That's it. Now step number 1 is done. Step number 1 is getting the source code. Now what is step number 2? What is the plugin? What is the goal we can use? MVN? What is the goal we can use? MVN compile. For testing? MVN test. For artifact? MVN? Sorry? For artifact, MVN artifact. MVN package. But if I want to do end-to-end operation, can I use MVN clean package? Just to go here. It is a Maven goal, right? So go to the bottom. In the bottom, are you seeing build step here? Are you seeing execute shell? Basically, it's a command, right? MVN clean package is a command. So click on the execute shell and just write here MVN clean package. MVN clean. If I give MVN clean package, compiling will perform. Testing will perform. Artifact is also going to. That means code, compile, test, artifact. All the steps are performing within single command or not, sir? Now what we are going to do is we do nothing here. Just to, yeah. Font size you want me to increase? Fine. So click on build now. What is the meaning of build now is running the job. If you create a job, if you want to run the job, there you are going to click on build now. What you are going to click on? But I'm not building. Why? Because I'm deleting this one. Why? Because to show the process one more time for you. So click on new item. Now you tell me, click on new item. Name can be anything. I'm giving here ABC. Okay, click on select. So for continuous integration, you are going to get the code. From where you are going to get the code? Copy this one, URL. Okay, this URL I have already given on your notes. Are you seeing the URL on your notes here? Where it is? Here. Same URL, sir. Okay. So give that URL to your source code management call, Git. Code you got. Compiling, testing, creating artifact. We need to use Maven. That means we need to run the command. If you want to run the command, go to build step. Click on execute, or you can use one more method. Maven target also you can use, but as of now, I'm using shell now. Okay. Click here and give MVN clean package. Click on save, sir. Is the configuration clear for all of you? How to configure CI? Don't do anything. Click on build now. I'm not doing anything. Here the build is going to happen. Click on the blue color symbol. Now from the getting the code to building, compiling, testing, everything is performing or not, sir? Just look at that one. What you are seeing there? We go and see. Netflix var file is created and your build got success. Now you said that sir, Netflix artifact got created and your build got success. Now come back to your dashboard. Come back to your dashboard. Go inside the job. Sir, I want to see my artifact. What I want to see? Your artifact is going to place inside the server. You can see it on two methods. There is a concept called workspace. Which command? So I'll show. First of all, are you seeing build number 1 here? Click on build number 1. And here you can see something called as, wait. Go outside. Are you seeing workspace here? Click on the workspace. So here are you seeing target? Inside target, are you seeing var file or not, sir? In this var file, we have the both front-end code plus back-end code. Workspace means where you can store the output of your Jenkins pipelines. This I am showing you on your GUI. But from CLI also we can see. How we can see means there is a path called varlib Jenkins. What is the path? Remember, your Jenkins main path is going to be varlib Jenkins. For Maven, home path is M2. But for Jenkins, home path is varlib Jenkins. Write this one. Default path for Jenkins, varlib Jenkins. If you want to do anything from the Jenkins, go to that place. What is the home path of Jenkins actually? Varlib. Now go to that path cd varlib Jenkins. So in Jenkins, you can see something called as workspace. If I give LL, are you seeing workspace here? What is the meaning of workspace? It is a place where your job output is going to be stored. Now go to workspace also. In the workspace, what is your job name, sir? Go to ABC. Inside ABC, now you can get source pom.xml and target. Are you getting source pom.xml and target? Your output var file is going to be an always target folder. Seeing var file here? Able to see it or not? So like this, if you change the code again one more time, just click on build now. Again, new var file will come. Again, if I change the source code tomorrow, click on build now. Again, new var file will come. This is what we can call as CI. Continuous integration. What we can call as? Already I said continuous integration means continuous build plus continuous. Already I build and test today's code. If developer change the code tomorrow, now again if I click on build now, again new code will come. That code will combine with old code. Building and testing will perform and create the artifact or not, sir. That is what we can call as continuous integration. Is the point clear for all of you in both theoretical and practical way? The initial definition, continuous integration means continuous build plus continuous old code with new code. Currently, your old code is builded and tested, created an artifact. Now, if I change the code and if I go here and if I click on build now, what will happen? Old code will combine with new code. Again, same integration, same building, same testing. New WAR file will come. Clear now? So this is enough for today, sir. Can we do the process one more time? Are you sure? So now you tell me. First of all, create a item. So this time again I'm giving Raham name. Which name I'm giving? Freestyle. Okay. Go to here. Copy the code URL. I need to paste on repository URL. Now I want to run the command. Run the command means to where I want to go. Build step. Click on drop down. Which command I want to give? Save and click on build means running the job. Is my job running here? And if you go here, are you seeing again building, testing, everything is performing or not, sir? And again, you got the var file, sir. Again, go for the path. Okay. What is the path here? cd var lib Jenkins. So here you can see workspace. Are you seeing workspace? Inside workspace, what is your new job here? Raham, remember for every job, there will be individual folder. For previous ABC job, I have one folder, but currently my job name is, are you seeing new folder here? Are you seeing source and target here? Inside target, are you seeing var file now? So this is the concept for today. Is the concept clear for all of you? That's it, sir. So it is the concept of Jenkins continuous integration. So before going for doubts and queries, is the Jenkins continuous integration clear for all of you? Everyone in the class? Fine. So online, what about you? Can you please confirm, is the concept for today clear or not? Let me get response from all of you online. Okay. So again, one more time offline. Is the class clear for all of you? Whatever we have done. If you practice one or two times, it is going to be more clear for all of you. So now, write troubleshooting. Very important of our class. In last class, we have seen the Maven troubleshooting, right? So now I'm going to show you troubleshooting issue number 2 for Maven. Troubleshooting issue number 2. Sir, see, issue is if I have the build failed, okay? And even though if I have pom.xml, but my build is failing, what is the reason? Maven issue. Already in last class I said, if your goals are not working, check the pom.xml. But now I have pom.xml, but still my goals are not working. That means build is failing. What is the issue? Check the version of Java. Currently, if you see, are you seeing source and pom.xml here? Give the command mvn compile. One more time. Just manually I'm running this one mvn compile. Is it compiling, sir? Okay. Why it is compiling means Java 1.8.0 is for Maven. What is having Java? If you want me to show, give the command mvn ---- version 1.8.0. But instead of 1.8.0, if I have 11 or 17, it will not work. To show it practically, first of all, I'll remove Maven and Java 1.8.0. Yum remove. You don't follow this one, okay? I'm showing you troubleshooting, okay? Yum remove, I'm using Java star. Java means all Java versions. And Maven star. Java star means all Java versions will be removed. And Maven star means all Maven packages are going to remove now. Now, if you go and say, are you having Maven here? No. Sir, what I'll do is yum install. Directly Maven I'm installing. What I'm installing? Already I said, if a package is having dependency, first of all, you need to install dependency, then only package. But here I'm not installing dependency. Install. Yeah, Varsha, you can ask me, Varsha. Mohammed, I think you are not on that class, okay? So please watch the recording of it. Because it means it's almost all done like 3 days ago, right? Sir, how developer will know if any bugs? We can check it on Sonar Cube, Swapnil. Don't worry. I'll tell Sonar Cube for you. So now if you see and check MBN hyphen version, currently Maven is having which version of Java? 17. Now try to run the any Maven goal. MBN compile. What is happening here? Build success. Sir, why build is success now? Maven supports 1.8.0, right? But why it is having like 17 now? I'm like, why it is building now? Why? Because here, if you go and see, so this Maven latest version is supporting 17 also. What is Maven latest version supporting here? 17. So that means both 1.8.0 and 17 is working. But instead of 1.8.0 and 17, if I have Java 11, it is going to be failed. I'll tell you. So if you see here for my previous class, 17 is not supporting, but for new version, 17 is supporting. So what I'll do is I'll remove 17 also. Again, remove Maven star and give Java star -y. This time what I'll do, first of all, I'll install Java 11. Later I'll install Maven. Amazon Linux extras install Java -openjdk 11-y. This time, which version of Java I'm installing first? Later, I'm installing Maven package. Guys, this process is to show how to troubleshoot. Okay, don't worry about the process. Vasha, just give me a couple of minutes. I'll give unmute. Okay, first of all, tell me your troubleshooting. So now 11 is installed, right? Now go for Maven. Again, see Java 17 is downloading or not, sir? But I'm downloading what only Maven I'm downloading, right? I think again 17 will come. Let's check it out. Again, you are having what? But sometimes remember, instead of 17, if you see 11 version, definitely it is going to fail. So if you get the issue, source option 5 is no longer supported, use 7. That means you need to uninstall both Maven and Java. And you need to install, first of all, Java 1.8.0 and later Maven. So issue number 2 is when your Java goals, when your Maven goals are not working properly. First thing, check pom.xml. Second thing is check what? Java version. So Java version initially 17 is not supporting, sir. But for new version, 17 is also supporting. Why? Because I shown you practically. But for your previous batch, 17 is not working. So that means now if you find 11 of Java, so definitely you are going to get the error. You know how to resolve, right? First of all, remove them and reinstall the packages one more time. So that's it, sir. And write idiom of the day. Idiom. So by the book. BY by TH the BOOK book. By the book means as per rules.
Hello. Good evening, sir. Hello. Hello. Good evening, sir. Sir, am I audible? Hello.
Varsha, 1 second. I'm not able to hear you. Just give me a second.
Okay.
Can you speak now, Varsha?
Yes, sir. Good evening. Am I audible now?
Still, I'm not able to hear you.
Am I audible now, sir?
Yeah, yes, you are.
So actually, my question is this: like, I'm working in TCS, and like I'm dealing with 6 7 customers, but like in banking project. But in my project, there is no there is no separate DevOps team. Like we operations people only do the deployment and like everything. We operations team is like only operations team is dealing with everyone. So in big MNCs, uh, there is a opportunity for DevOps.
See, if you don't have DevOps team, operation team will do the same work as DevOps. Okay. Don't worry
Okay.
about that one.
Okay. Okay.
So I'm gonna give notes for you. First of all, give me 1 second. And one more thing, like guys, please check the notes. Okay, daily I'm updating the notes, but some of the people like in last day they went for the admin. Why? Because they are not finding the notes. Notes is there. Just look it carefully. Okay, guys, you can leave now. Caroline, thanks for joining today's session. Let's meet on tomorrow's class. Sometimes it will install Swapnil. Okay, if you try to install Maven, by default 17 version will come on some rare scenarios. Caroline, thanks for joining. See you on tomorrow's session. Have a great day.